call this video better than a hotel shower is a lot of times, including my shower, I can't wait to get home to use my shower because I go to a hotel shower and it's not as nice. So this is one of those typical examples. Actually, this shower is rather enormous, has a lot of things that a hotel shower doesn't have. I mean, obviously some decorative things going on there, but then also some practical things, you know, like a niche. Hotel showers really don't have niches. You know, it's a convenience thing. And then, of course, this one has a bench too. Eventually, this will all be tiled in a very nice tile. See the bench right over there? Where's it at? It's right down there. So, that's kind of what I'm getting at, and the reason I titled it that. So when I started out on YouTube 7 years ago, the impetus for me being on YouTube was I had done it was a bad economy, and I had done a bad shower job, which I posted back 7 years ago, and that was just educating people. Well, the intent of posting the video was to educate people so that they wouldn't get involved in a bad bathroom job and or a bad shower job in that case, and have a lot of extra money that needed to be spent to redo everything and buy new materials and hire labor and all that stuff. That kind of snowballed because it was a bad economy. That kind of snowballed into almost like a niche that I carved out for myself, because that beget the next bad bathroom job, which beget the next one. And even in the bad economy going forward, I'm still going on bad bathroom jobs, and it really kind of irks me that I have to tear out material that otherwise was good, but because it got installed wrong, you know, I post the videos and then it begets the next job that I get. Not all of them though, not all of them, believe it or not, even though that's been a niche that's been carved out unintentionally. I still do bathroom renovations. I still do, a lot of times I do bathtub to shower conversions, and so on. So anyway, that's how I started out. I know YouTube, for the most part, is kind of a DIY go-to for people so they can find out how to do things themselves. And there's a lot of YouTubers, I mean literally hundreds of thousands of YouTubers that post how to do things. I never started out that way. I started out on YouTube before a lot of people did DIY stuff, and so that's part and parcel to the reason why I don't really show a lot of DIY stuff. Not saying that I don't. If you go through my channel or you've subscribed to me through the years, then you will actually see that, you know, I do show, and even recently I showed how to use ledger boards and the purpose behind them. I showed, you know, you don't bring your wall board all the way down, you know, to your pan and have them touching. You know, you put your floor tile first and grout. I mean, all this stuff I'm showing. I showed how to build a niche, you know, years ago. You can actually go on my channel and go find through all this stuff, you know, Red Guard, I have plenty of videos on that. So even though technically I'm not a DIY type of guy, in other words, I don't show my work per se, there's other channels out there where people show their work, and to me it's just plain boring, which is a lot of the reasons that I don't do it. Another reason is you know, trying to set up my camera and trying to set up, and trust me, the editing on the videos that I do anyway takes me hours to do. So if I added to that more splicing together of the work mode that I get into, I would spend more time editing videos than I would working. Anyway, the point of me talking about all this, and sorry I tend to talk a lot, the point is that this video, if you're trying to find out how to do something, this is not the one to watch. When I started out, not only was I doing the bad bathroom jobs, but most of my videos, if you look back going 5-6 years ago, it was a before and after. So that trumped the photo album that I used to have, that I used to carry around with me, showing, you know, this is what I did before, this is what it looks like after. And so my video started out showing before and after, which is what this video is going to be. It's going to show you before all this stuff was put up, and then it's going to show you after everything has been done, which will be about 2 days from now. And I will show at the end of this video the final result of this bathroom. A lot of my videos are not necessarily for consumption by DIYers. Some of it is just design ideas and features and things like that that you can get out of my video by watching it. As I said, you know, it's better than a picture if you can actually see the final result. So I'm done talking, and you can just hang on there. In just a few seconds I'm going to show you the final result of this one, and well, before that happens, I'll show you what I started with, and then I'll get to the final result. In addition, I have last summer, I think I posted four or five Q&A videos, and I haven't done any of those for a while. A lot of the questions I get asked anyway are down below in the comments section, so I'm answering those anyway, but a lot of them are redundant. I'm getting the same questions over and over. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you have, I'll probably do a Q&A session pretty soon. If you have a question that hasn't been answered, or you haven't seen it, or you've looked for it and you haven't found it, then go ahead and post a question below, and just put Q&A question, prior to your question at hand, and I will answer it on my video when I do it. A couple of other things that I'm going to go over my script notes here. A couple of other things that I'm going to do on my Q&A. I think it's important because I haven't addressed some of this stuff, and I think it's important to address some of this stuff. One of the things I'll be answering on my Q&A is why I block users. There are some users out there that have been blocked permanently from my channel. I'm not beholden to YouTube. I'm not beholden to my subscribers necessarily. I appreciate all of my subscribers, I truly do. But if a subscriber gets out of a hand, or not even a subscriber, but somebody on YouTube that just happens to have, a presence on YouTube, goes onto my channel and is rude or obnoxious or something, then I block them, because if they'll do it once, they'll do it again. I'll go more into that on my Q&A. Another one is my opinion on trade associations. I'm going to talk about that too. I think it's very important that another side gets heard as far as trade associations. It's getting kind of out of hand as far as it's almost like a governmental type it's almost like a governmental type entity, where you have Big Brother watching you, whether that's truly the government or associations. And so I'm gonna give you my take on that on my Q&A. The other thing is my opinion on endorsements. YouTube is absolutely full of people that have videos and they actually get paid from companies to do an infomercial, for lack of a better term. Understand something, I have never, if you see any of the reviews that I've done on probably half a dozen products, I have never been paid for any of those products. Never, never, never. I have to believe in a product before I'm going to post it. In fact, one of my most viewed product reviews is something I did last year that has I think it's like 50,000 views or something in less than a year. I think it's only been 4 months or something like that. And I wish that company would come to me and say, hey, we're going to give you some money for posting that video. But yeah, that's kind of back-ass, where usually that happens before. A company will come to you and say, hey, if you do a review, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. But then you're beholden to the product and the company rather than giving your objective opinion. So it's something that I don't do, and hopefully I'll never get hoodwinked into doing something like that unless I truly believe in the product. I think that a lot of people out there get money hungry and decide that they're just going to be beholden to a company regardless of what they truly think about the product. So I'm going to give my take on that on the Q&A. Sorry this is going so long. I do talk a lot, sorry. The other thing, and that kind of ties in to what I just got through saying, back about 4 months ago, I guess, I had hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, and I'm just humbled by that. I appreciate it so much that there's 10,000 people out there that really enjoy my content. That I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Since then, which has only been about 4 months, I have increased that subscribership to 15,000, and it's still growing. And oh my God, I'm just like beside myself. There's 15,000 people out there that enjoy my content, amongst the others that stumble on my videos accidentally. So I do appreciate that a lot. Back then when I hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, a company had come to me and asked me to do a product review on their lighted shower head. So I did a product review. I didn't get any money. They sent me a couple of shower heads in return for my review, and it was very, very objective. I talked about it, I didn't give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I just showed it and gave my opinion on it. Anyway, long story short, or short story longer, I had promised 3 people that I was going to give them a shower head, because those 3 people were either the 10,000th subscriber at that point, or they were very close to it, and I had 3 to give away. So those 3 people, 2 of them contacted me, and I sent off their free shower heads that I actually got for free anyway, so the only thing I paid for is postage. I still have 1 left. I'm not interested in keeping it, so if anybody cares to be sent that last lighted shower head, that video I will post down below. It's called Lighted Shower Head, I think. Anyway, I'm going to post it down below. You'll get an idea of how it looks and all that stuff. So if anybody out there actually wants that last shower head, they're welcome to it. Email me your address, a physical address. I don't care if it's a P.O. box. It doesn't really matter. And I will send it, as long as you're in the U.S. You can't be out of the country. But if you're in the U.S., I will send that shower head, that last shower head, to you free of charge. And so enjoy it. And oh yeah, so the email is on my business card, beginning and end of the video, at StarrTile, 2 R's, StarrTile at yahoo.com. Send me an email and I will pick and choose somebody to send that shower head to as soon as I get your physical address. And that's all I have to say. As I said, the Q&A session is forthcoming, and I'm going to finish up this job, and actually you'll see it right now. The reason that I call this video, what am I calling this video? I forgot. Better than a hotel shower is this shower is better than a hotel shower, as I showed just previously. It's a very large shower. This shower goes about 5.5 feet deep. I think it's actually about 6 feet deep, by about 3.5 feet wide. You know, it has a bench. It has a little shelf over here. It has the shelf over here, the niche. It's trimmed out nicely. We have this mosaic going on that's also trimmed out. There is a shower head eventually that will go here when the homeowner puts it in with a diverter, and the diverter feeds the overhead rainforest head. So, you know, your experiences may vary. Maybe you've been in hotels that have showers better than this, but I would assume that these guys will be at a hotel shower somewhere and say, oh, this is not so nice, and you know, they'll want to get home to their own shower, which is much nicer. And again, your experiences may vary. I've been in some nice hotels. You're still relegated to probably 3x4 at best. You know, you don't have a lot of room. Definitely not for 2 people. And you don't have all this stuff going on. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's some rich people that have hotel showers better than this one. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. This job is complete. I've got the sun in the way. As I always do with my drains, if I can get them out of the sun, I always taper and I get a lot of questions about this too. I always taper my tile. I rise it above, maybe 1/4 inch or so above the drain. Not quite 1/4 inch, or I don't know, there's no science, but the reason I do that, I want water to positively go down there no matter what happens to settling of the shower pan or the floor or anything like that. If you put the tile that's flush with the drain, there's always that possibility of that water pools up around the drain area. So I don't give that an opportunity. Each of these tile get cut with a taper. I almost always do a niche. I don't almost always do a mosaic. Sometimes I do a bench, sometimes I don't. This one is, I don't know, it could sit 2 people. And it's enough room on there. A lot of times corner benches go in and you can't really sit on them. There's not enough girth to the bench to ever sit on one, and so this is definitely one to sit on. And so this was a lot of work. Even with the angles of this knee wall here. Angles. angles. We used a curb top, which I call a curb top, on the top of here, and just cut it off. And then the curb top goes also on the curb, obviously. Sun is in the way. And so then we have this, you know what? So I've been dealing with travertine for many years, and travertine is usually like an eggshell white or somewhere in that range. I've also had gray travertine, which kind of tripped me out a little bit. This is brown travertine. So this is natural stone. I know it looks very busy and there's a lot of colors going on, but I've never seen a brown travertine. So, you know, it's a pretty cool idea. I like it. I like the contrast between the brown and, you know, the lighter color in here. And that's it. Without rambling too much further, I am going to get out of here. I have another job to take on, and I hope you like this shower. Unfortunately, I'm not showing, as you already know and I've already said just previous to this, I'm not showing a lot of the process. That's not my channel. Yes, I have some how-tos on my channel, and I'm trying to get better at that, but you know, mine is more the before and after. It's the possibilities of seeing what's done, what other people are doing, so that you can kind of design your own thing and kind of make up your own mind on what type of tile to choose and design features and things like that. That's basically how I started out 7 years ago, and I try to adhere to that as much as possible, even if I do show some how-to stuff, which I have a whole bunch of on my channel. Just subscribe to my channel and you'll see as I post more videos over and over and over. So anyway, hope you appreciate that, and as I said, be sure to subscribe, and I am on to the next job.